This here is the Miyoo Mini Plus review, and in fact, yes, this is it. I just have it in my hand. Almost 1 year ago, I did do a video where I am reviewing this very nice and friendly Chinese gaming console. So the Miyoo Mini Plus, that is actually quite capable of emulating Famicom, which is a Nintendo, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, the Sega Mega Drive, the SFC or the Super Famicom, the Super Nintendo, the PlayStation, right, MS System, and even just a bit more than this. So you can just see Arcade's MAME, and well, it is really a very nice, very good system. Quite nice to behold in the hand, but I'm not going to do a full review. Please make sure to watch the full video. 3.5 inches IPS screen, it's very nice battery life, and etc. So go watch the whole thing. I did this a while ago, also covering the stock firmware, and as I said, firmware, guys, yes. Today what we're gonna be doing is, well, we're gonna be changing the stock firmware of that very nice and little capable device, and we're gonna be putting something, well, that is not stock, and it is the so-called Onion. So what the hell is Onion? Well, indeed, this is a custom firmware, custom overhaul for your stock device that will pretty much get you the same look, but guys, it will get you also a ton of features, like a game switcher that is not available right now. It's gonna also get you a package manager, because this beautiful machine here is running Linux, right? And although, right, I'm not saying that the stock firmware is bad, like there are some things already, and you can watch movies on it, and well, you can also select your favorite games, you can play your games there, you can save and load states, but apparently you're missing on things like the package manager, and because again it's running Linux, yeah, it's actually quite powerful. Then also select the tweaks, search, Teams, activity tracker, the blue light filter, the screen recorder, and more, and optimize emulators like OTA update, over-the-air update, game list options, guest modes, a random game picker, advanced menu, ports collection, guys. Also some very nice game art, because right now, for example, if I am to just show you, let me open the GBA, right, I am not able to visualize the game. So this is gonna be Onion, guys. What do we need to do? Well, we're gonna get here to the installation. So apparently the first thing, this is a very important option, is we need to check the firmware. Now, how does this work? If you do have the real device, you just have to go to setting, all right? So just go to the setting, then select the option device information, right? And the firmware information is gonna be here. So mine starts with 2023, ends 128. Why is this important, guys? Because, well, you need to have at least this firmware version to be able to just, you know, go and upgrade your firmware from stock to Onion, or let's say update it. Now, I said update it, correct, because you have the option to do a fresh install, which is always the recommended one, or, right, what I'm gonna be doing, because I'm lazy, I'm gonna be upgrading from stock to Onion. So what do we need to just update my stock firmware, right? With Onion, I have downloaded the latest zip, so I need to extract it. I need to copy the 7 folders to the root of my SD card, when overwrite, then boot up the device, and then voila, the installation will be completed. So without any further video, guys, let's do this. First things first, I am going to just hold the power button, and I want to shut down my device. Why? Well, because, guys, I need to take the micro SD card. This is, by the way, the stock one. Yeah, well, if you buy the console, you're gonna get the stock one with a lot of games, by the way. Then I'm using the SD card reader. I'm going to insert the card there to prep it. Here on my PC, guys, I have the Onion. So what I'm gonna do, I am going to just extract it. So I'm gonna extract this to the folder Onion. They said 7 folders. So let's just see how much we have. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's it. So guys, now I'm just going to press the copy. I'm gonna go, and this is the root of my SD card. By the way, I have here the original firmware. I'm gonna leave it. I'm just gonna press Ctrl V to copy the content of the zip file. And remember, we have been told from the guide that this will also involve overriding some of the files. Also, while we're doing this, guys, the recommendation is please always go and buy some high, nice quality micro SD cards. I'm using the standard one. Again, I'm lazy. Also, it is always better to perform a clean install and then copy your emulators and your ROMs. And with the package manager, guys, and with the emulator selection, you're going to be anyway able to install it directly from the device. Now I'm going to press yes. I've started to override the entries. Alright, and after this has been completed, guys, I just need to put the microSD card back in my device. I need to boot it up, and then the installation will occur. And then when the installation is done, apparently I just need to press the A button, and the device will either turn off or reboot. So I'm taking the microSD, alright, I'm just going to now insert it here into my console. And now I think the moment of truth. If this works, then this is going to be probably one of the easiest things I ever did. So now let's just see what is going to happen, guys. Step 3, check that your files are in the correct folders. Alright, this is only in version 4. Preparing the installation. Okay, so yeah, this is no joke. We can see it's there. Alright. Game switcher. Easily switch between your recent games. Tweaks. All the tweaks and tools you need to make it your own. Button shortcuts. Launch game switcher from anywhere in the main menu. Game list option or GLO. Press wider game list to get specific options for the selected game as well as an entire list. Game core options. In GLO or the game list options, you can customize the emulator core used per game. Box art scraper, guys. In GLO you can now scrape box art for the entire game list. This is absolutely crazy, guys. Easy netplay MMP. In GLO you can now easily create, okay, this is nice, gameplay with other people, network services or NMP. In Twix there is also network submenu with access of tools like hotspot, SMB, SSH, FTP, web file server. Like, Jesus, how many things is this custom firmware just holding under the hood, right? It is absolutely crazy. Preparing the file system. Step number 2 is to install the RetroArch, and right now, guys, I'm hoping that my device will boot. So here we are. This is the Onion version 4.3, and you probably would not have guessed it, but yeah, I started from scratch and I'm very happy with the ROM pack that I'm using. I don't have the original, let's say, 26,000 games. I think I'd rather just have like 5,000 to 6,000 games, but everything really works. Everything has box art or cover art. But in fact, that's not even all. One of the main perks of installing Onion to your Miyoo Mini or Miyoo Mini Plus device is the fact that, yeah, indeed, there is also support for NDS or Nintendo DS. And as you can just see, I have a bunch of games that I do own actually, and I have them also transferred here. First things first, I want to give you a short tour of what you can do with Onion, because this is just really barely scratching the top of the iceberg. Now, when you go inside the application, guys, there's going to be a quick guide. You can check it, but one of the main highlights is that you have a package manager. This doesn't exist into the stock firmware. When you launch the package manager, guys, you can use the shoulder buttons here to navigate. All right, so you have certain applications and certain tabs. So let's say I'm right now in the apps tab and I can select what to enable or disable. You can just pretty much use the A button to enable or disable. You can go to expert, way to enable some expert course, expert emulation, or you can also go to the verified. So verified are emulators that 100% do work on this device, and you can see this because they have this check here, so they're marked. You can also just press X and install everything, all right? Or let's say just press one more time the X to deinstall everything, or one more time press the X to select only the ones that are included there, and then you have to press start and you can save your changes. Now, once you've installed this application, they are going to pop up here. First things first is the activity tracker. So right now, today I played this NDS Games, 32 minutes, and I played some other games, and it is pretty much showing my whole history. All right, so this is kind of quite useful. You do also have the RetroArch, and by the way, this RetroArch is just a customized version that is built by the Onion guys to really make sure that it supports the device in the fullest. With the original firmware, I had some problems with scan lines, with resolution. I had some games that were not really working as I expected, right? So here in Onion, the team is using their own build of RetroArch. They have a custom driver for the display. The idea is to really support, they have a custom driver for the display, and the idea is to provide a full support, a maximal support for you and your device, and of course resulting into optimized performance. You can search your game library, something that I kind of like. There is also the themes section. Let me show you right now. Okay, 24, this is the one that I'm using. You can go and you can use that one. I think I downloaded that one, right? This one is also kind of cool. You can just press A. This is really nice, and if you just go inside, you can see everything else is changed again. Some of the other themes like this or that, Pac-Man themes. By the way, this one is also cool. Let me show you. Why not? This looks kind of cool. You right now have your own Miyoo Mini Plus PlayStation device. Okay, you then have a tweaks tab, system tweaks and tools, and from this you're further able to configure things like system, for example, date and time, the low battery warning, the vibration intensity. Also, you are able to set up networking, your own hotspot, and really a lot of options. The button shortcut, right? I'm gonna show you also this one. There are some things that are really very important for the Onion, like the GL or the game list options, and you can just try to map this to individual buttons. You have also the option to change appearances, show the expert mode or the reasons on the home screen, even load different icon packs. Right from here you can add edit blue light filter, guys. This pretty much looks already like a smartphone. It is almost like a smart device. Then of course you have advanced, so you can just swap the triggers for the L button, the fast forward rate, the PWM frequency. So the 800 Hz is the default. You can do 900, you can go 1000. This should help a bit if you have problems with your eyes, and also improving the sound of the speaker. You can undervolt the LSD, you can run diagnostics, so it's really very powerful. Now we have also standard tools inside the tweaks, right? Like you can create M2U files for PSX games, PlayStation 1 Q files for the PSX games. You can generate game lists for short name ROMs, screen recorder. Like who would have thought, guys? You can use this machine to screen record your games. It's not gonna be perfect, right? But it can be quite nice if you want to do some tutorials. We then have the advanced menu. So this is an advanced emulator front end. I'm gonna show you how it looks like. I really love it. Now, when I first migrated with stock ROM, where I had like 26,000 games, well, it wasn't perfect. But I do love it because it just orders all my games alphabetically, and it's just so fast. If you don't like this view, boom, not a problem at all. You can click the select, right, this view, right, or that view, and it's still fast, or that view, still fast, or even that view, or let's say that view. Yeah, at some point you just get like the idea is just so tiny. Battery monitor, guys. Of course, that's a device. It has a battery. You can, by the way, change this battery, and why not monitor, right, your battery usage? This is really crazy, and again, those things are not available in the stock ROM. You have also the clock. Make sure when you install it to just go there and set up, you know, like the clock and the information. You have display calibration. You have an ebook reader. Like, why not? Why would I not have an ebook reader on my Miyoo device? The expert tab shortcut is just a link to the expert menu, where we have some experimental cores, and you can use, let's say, these experimental emulators to still run your game. So if I click here on the expert menu, right, I'm gonna run the Nestopia right now, so I can use Nestopia to run my NES games. We do have a file explorer, and this was also available in the stock ROM, where you can just see the different routes. And how do we exit? We just need to click this game button here with the start, and then press quick. And it's again just not all, guys. We have a gallery. You can save screenshots and you can view them. We have the game switcher option, and this is probably one of the best options inside. It allows you to very easily just press a button and switch from all the games that you have recently played. And actually, this is quite cool. I'm gonna demonstrate it. We have also guest mode, you know, for kids and neighbors and friends. We have the music player, and something that I quite like a lot, we have the Onion OTA update, something that was also not available in the stock ROM, and you can just see it really turns this machine into a little computer. It will start your Wi-Fi if not started. It will just go and connect to the server, and even you can choose if you want to stay on the stable channel with a stable ROM updates or go to the beta. So establish an internet connection, select distribution channel. So right now I'm on a stable. I'm going to click stable here. It is going to use the miracle of the Wi-Fi and check that, of course, I'm running the latest one. So my version is up to date. I'm going to press exit. In the networking mode, guys, you have a VNC server, which means that you can put a VNC server here, go to your PC, control this remotely, and it is just really turning into a small computer. And because, again, I said small computer, like, why not even have a terminal, right? We have a video player. Now, one of the main perks for me is, of course, the option to play Nintendo DS NDS Games. For that separate emulator used. This is the drastic emulator. In the previous version, I've read for Onion that you had to go inside to some configurations. Right now, this kind of works out of the box, and I just had to change a setting to overclock my device from the stock, I think 1500 to the 1800 megahertz, and it's quite stable. And by the way, with that said, guys, I'm gonna start a game and show you. All right, so this is the drastic emulator, right? You pretty much have the standard things like save state and map the controls. If I press here, guys, you can see that I have CPU, right, and I can go up to 1800. For that, I just had to edit the setting for drastic emulator and just put max CPU to 1800. I, by the way, overclock my whole device for RetroArch. Again, you just need to enter and create a simple file called CPU clock txt file. Inside, you just put 1800. And you can just see how well, yeah, Mario Kart works. And I really love the drastic emulator, guys. You can see I have the smallest screen there. I can press the shoulder button here and swipe the screens, change the screens, and I can press the other one to get a stylus. All right, so see here, no stylus, right? I have stylus. Yeah, so this is really how it works. If you don't like it, guys, see what I can do right now. I can press this button, okay? And this is the game switcher option right now. What it will do, it will save my game. And let's say, guys, I want to immediately jump and play another game, right? So the last few games that you have played, you can immediately access them via the game switch option here. This is really crazy good. And again, this is an option that doesn't really run on the stock firmware. Okay, so now how or what do I do here, right? Because I need to be able to strafe turn around. I press the stylus, right? So you can see I have a stylus here, and this will allow me to move around. Again, it's not perfect right now. If I have to move forward, that's an option, right? It's not perfect, guys, but this is as much as we can get. And I can press here and zoom, all right, and press one more time here. Now I just able to go and, yeah, play the game. Shoot even, you can see. So it's really crazy that we have the option to play NDS games on the Miyoo Mini and the Miyoo Mini Plus that I'm using right now. The difference, by the way, would be that it's bigger, right, the Plus one, and I do also have Wi-Fi. And Wi-Fi is very important because, yeah, it can just, using Onion, put some brains on your device. What do I mean? So let me show you an option. When I go inside Arcade, well, of course, because I'm using a good compilation of games, ROMs, I do have all the cover art. But if you just have ROMs without the covers, guys, the moment you start a game, just press the Y button. And when you press the Y button, guys, you're gonna get the game list option. So now I can even go and choose another core, let's say different emulator, all right? Yeah, I can reset the game if I want. What I like, I have the option to scrape. I can scrape everything that is in my Arcade folder or just scrape for this particular game, right? So this is really crazy. It will connect some scraping services. It will immediately download all the thumbnails and you're gonna get something like this. Now, bear in mind, this is really not so fast. Well, you have been warned. So the best thing to do is really create an IMGS or images folder inside your own folders and put all the cover art, the box art there, and this is going to work as simple as that. And with that said, let me showcase some of the ROMs that I do have for the PlayStation to really showcase the power of this device. Again, I can tell you guys, for this amount of money, this is probably my favorite emulation console. It costs something like 40 to 60 US dollars if you're able to find it, right? And you can just see right now, after I clocked it to 1800 megahertz, it works even better. Check here, guys. Perfect sound. It's not even garbled. If you have problems with the sound, then you might want to overclock yours. I've checked some videos on YouTube. I think you can go up to 1900 without having issues or, let's say, hiccups, or that your device apparently will restart and crash. Some people are able to do even like 2000, but then it's not so stable. But this is the performance that you're gonna get when overclocking to 1.8 gigahertz. And as you can see, it is not only very playable, it looks really nice. So if you want to enjoy PlayStation 1 games on a device like this, well, this is one of your best options, guys. Not going bankrupt, right? And also making sure that you have a nice performance, you'll not drop frames, and you'll not get disappointed. So let me show you what I do to exit the game. I just press the game button with the select, okay? And I can even try to save myself. So one more time, just gonna go back until I reach the quit retro arc menu. All right. Now have in mind that most of the games, they do save automatically when you go outside, but for the arcade, I do believe that you need to manually save, and there is also a short video instruction there. So let me show you Darius right now. This is just amazing, right? Again, just go press back. Remember the game switch option? Well, every time I press this button, I'm gonna get access to the games that I played, and I'm gonna show you how quick this is. So right now I can just click here, and I will immediately pick up my gameplay with the PSX emulator. Right, this is just so nice. Of course, there is some waiting time, right? It's not going to be absolutely instantaneous, but yeah, you see what I mean. It's still this. So now I can go in the save state, I can go load state, and voila, I just pick up my game and I can just continue my game. When you're inside the gaming systems, right, you can just scroll up and down, you can go right and left if you have the top. If you want to search something, just press the select, then guys, you can go and press search, DIMO, and I'm gonna put OK, and boom, Cadillacs and dinosaurs. When we were young, we had to spend real money to go and place those things on an arcade automat. Hey, did I mention something that is kind of cool? Take a look at this, guys. This is gonna be like the original one, but by just holding this button here with the start, I'm able to quickly switch between resolutions, and this is just so straightforward. I had problems playing this game with the original firmware because it was just loading some strange coverworks and it was creating like a CRT screen here. This is good when you play it on a big screen, but I don't want to just cut out my screen, you know, when playing on a 3-inch screen. Doesn't really make any sense. And you can just see how flawless it works, and you have always the option to fast forward, right, and go back. So this is really some serious upgrade. So how do I save, guys? I can just press clear, and I need to go save state, and I'm gonna press save state. Boom, now my game is saved. So the moment I go outside, right, I can always go back and resume my game. And of course, it's going to be also available here in the game switch option. You can see how wonderful it plays, no lags, all the cutscenes, everything so perfect. And if you want to go outside, just click here, right? The game is absolutely gonna be saved, right? And this works for all the games besides the arcades one. So remember, if you are playing arcade games, you need to manually save. I'm really impressed. If you wanna check those, guys, it's Onion version 4.3. I'm gonna leave a link down below, guys, into the comments and in the video description. Thank you so much for watching this. And yeah, if you like to play old games for old people, sub for the channel. Thank you so much. VSD over and bye.